work on their Facebook page so that it aligns with the national brand, to post on your local page, and to work with all your Google platforms. So year 2, Marine SEO is retained by National to work with two new squadrons a month and post on everyone's Facebook page 2 to 3 times per week. Ron Jones and I, who co-host this call with me every day, will be managing the Facebook page management as well as all of the Google platforms, Google Ads, and Google Business Profiles. And the goal is to move us all forward. And we're using the word track. So wherever you are in this journey, Ron and my goal is to track your squadron forward no matter where you are in the process. So if you're just beginning or you're further along in your journey, our goal is to move you further along every single week. And we understand that every squadron is at a different place. So we're going to meet you where you are at your squadron, beginning, advanced, wherever, and track you forward along with you. Does that make sense? Okay. So welcome to all you new people. We are going to go ahead and get started. Our goal this morning is to review an ad that you guys talked about week 2. And we're going to turn it over to my co-host, Ron Jones, who's going to talk about the metrics that you guys discussed last week about managing ads and how successful they can or can't be. So good morning, Ron. It is all yours.
Good morning. How's everyone? Last week, we created an ad for an ABC course that my squadron is offering. It starts on Saturday. So let's see how well our ad did. I'm going to start screen sharing and show my screen. And again, I've got the resolution set up to about 150% so everyone can see clearly. If you have questions, if you have a comment, please let me know. Here's our Facebook page, and let's go to Ad Center, and let's take a look at the results. Oh my goodness. And our ad, by the way, does expire in 30 minutes. It ran for a week. So our ad had a picture of a family in a boat. Let's see, we had 11,255 views. That's the number of times it appeared on a screen. It reached 9,794 people. That is the number of unique views. That's the number of unique individuals it displayed to, and resulted in 114 clicks. And that click was taking them from the ad to our web page that gave them more information about the ABC course and how to register for it. I was asked yesterday, how do you measure success? The number of views? No, that really isn't a measure of success. That's a measure of how much money I've spent. So far, and like I said, we still have 30 minutes to go, and I'll make the $28. We spent $4 a day. That bought us a little over 11,000 views. What I use as a measure of success is the number of times people clicked the link in the ad. And that really is how I look at the success rate. let's look a little more in depth at the metrics. Come on, Facebook. There you go. My goal was to get more website visitors. My daily budget was $4 whole a day for a week. Again, ad clicks, cost per link click, less than 25 cents to get someone to click my ad. That's a good return on investment. The real measure of success is not going to be that 114 people clicked. It's going to be how many people are there Saturday morning to take the class. Activity. The post engagement means that someone either liked, shared, or commented on the ad. So that's out of almost 10,000 people. 121 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's not bad, especially when I'm looking at 114 clicked. Again, the metrics are really good in Facebook. It tells me the age groups and whether it's men or women that are clicking the ad. Because of the demographics of Charlotte County, Florida, we have an older population. It does not surprise me to see the largest number of clicks from people 65 plus. This is going to vary based on the demographics of your local area. And let's take a look at placements. Mobile ads, mobile marketplace. A lot of people are hitting Facebook on mobile devices, so it's important to make sure our ad is going to appropriately display on a mobile device, whether it be a phone or a tablet. Locations. I don't know. I can't explain this one. I don't have any idea why almost as many people from California were reached as in Florida. I really don't expect anyone to come in from California for a 2-day ABC course. But again, the
Ron,
age group, yes.
could that be that they are registered in California but live in Florida, or dual places?
It could be.
Just wondering.
I don't know. This one has me baffled. I'm sorry. This one has me absolutely baffled. The Michigan and Pennsylvania, Ohio, I can understand because we have a lot of folks from Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Ohio down here. It may be that these are from mobile devices and the area code is registered to those, and that's how it's coming up with these. I don't know. I'm thoroughly confused by this. It's nice to have all of the information at hand. A quick review says that so for less than 25 cents per click through, I think our ad performed nicely. A previous ad, and on this ad, I had a family in a center console vote. A previous ad that ran for 7 days, almost the same time frame for an ABC course. The graphic was the cover of the ABC book. And you can see there's a huge difference in how people responded to the ad. So it's nice to be able to play with the ads and see which one was more effective. there's also a cumulative effect. If I put out this first ad that finished the end of June and I saw these results, I would have been very disappointed, and it would have been very easy to walk away and say, no, this is not an effective tool. Let's not do it again. Well, I did it again a month later. Same course. Changed the text a little bit, changed the graphic a little bit. Spent on this one $25, on the first one, $28 on the second one. So essentially the same, but look at the difference in results. So it's a cumulative effect. It's increasing the visibility of your squadron. Now, we've looked at the metrics here. I'm going to jump over to my website. This is the landing page that people arrived on from the ad. America's Boating Course. It gave them the basics of the course. It told them that in Florida, you're required to have the boater education card, not a license, boater education card, if you were born on or after January 1, 1988, and you operate a boat with an engine of 10 horsepower or more. For more information or to register, call or email, register online. And oh, by the way, here is the list of courses all the way through May of 2026. So even if they're not able to attend the one starting on Saturday, they won't be down here until, let's pick November. Oh, there is a course starting the 15th. So that gives them a heads up. Now, what I am looking at doing on this webpage is not only register online, but pay online. There are a number of online payment tools. The one that I'm going to be using is Zeffe, Z-E-F-F-E. 100% of what you are charging goes to you. There is no processing fee like Square or anything like that. It's free for nonprofits. Let's use our nonprofit status. And I'll send you the link to Zeffe in the chat. So there was the web page. That was where they were going to land if they clicked through. And here are the analytics from my website. Our traffic was relatively static, but all of a sudden, boom, here comes our ad. And I know that because the blue line is the classes, America's Boating Course. Look at the way I was able to drive traffic to the site. And looking at other click-throughs, America's Boating Course was by far number one. Membership, number two. People were looking to see what we were doing, our calendar, other classes. So it's not just the ABC class that we're driving traffic to, but it's everything we do. So it's important to not only have a really good ad, but have a good landing page for people to arrive on, answer most of their questions, and give them plenty of ways to contact you. Now, we've got another ABC class that'll start, in September. I'm going to be running another ad campaign for the September class. I'm going to vary the image. I'm going to vary the text. The nice thing about Facebook is that the AI capability will give you some variations on the text. Are you prepared for a boating emergency? Improve your skills. Boost your voting confidence. And you can change up the wording on your ad, even the middle of your campaign. Take a look at your metrics. See which is more effective. That'll help you build a really good, tight ad. So I would consider my ad to be successful, much more so than the first ad that was run in June. Let's talk about some good ads. I looked at my competition. That's a given. And I have to stop sharing and reshare because I'm changing the screen view. And window. And share. All right. I looked at some of my competition, and the competition was running ads, and this is off of Facebook. Get your Florida boating license here. It's not a boating license. It's a Florida boating education ID card, but that's semantics. The average person doesn't know the difference. Nice graphic, a little bit of verbiage, and click through. This was from boated.com. Boat Tests 101. Take 25% off of your boating license. Again, nice, bright graphic, 25% off boating license, a little bit of verbiage, just a very little bit. Boat Test 101 again. A family on a boat. They're highlighting the 1999 boat license, NASBLA, which I don't know if it's going to really resonate with people what that is, and then a picture supposedly of the state boater education card for Florida. Let's see, boating license, and here's another one from Boat Ed. Forget something with the Florida Boater Education ID card. Get your boating license today. Very little verbiage on their ads. Some of the ads that I have run is almost like taking the news release and posting it on Facebook. It's wordy, it's long, it covers a lot of information. But these commercial businesses are not going to be running these ads if they're not successful, and people are not going to be reading a lot of verbiage. You want them to click through to the website to learn more. So I decided, okay, I'm going to create one of these really neat graphic ads, and just for grins and giggles. We've got a lot of kayakers here. Okay, America's Boating Club, United States Power Squadron, nicely branded. Do you have your Florida boater's license? Even though there's no such thing. And here's a picture of one. Okay, is this ad really going to resonate with the kayakers? Do they need a boater education card legally in the state of Florida? No. This isn't going to resonate at all. They're going to sit there and say, I'm a kayaker. I don't need a license. And they're right. They don't. Do they need boater education? Absolutely. So we take the same image and we change the verbiage a little bit. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Hang on just a second. Let's see if I can open the right one. Okay. Same image. What I have done is I have changed the wording a bit. This would be a really good ad for the Paddle Smart seminar. Paddle smart, be safe, be smart, have fun. Branded with America's Boating Club. And again, this was like a 5-minute throw together. I would want the branding to stand out a little more, but this is going to resonate more with the kayaker community than do you have your boater's license. While putting this together very quickly, on Facebook, I had a item from Can Boat, our Canadian counterparts, posted an article that a kayaker had been fined $250 for not having a life jacket. Well, that really doesn't apply down here in South Florida. But what does apply is the latest Coast Guard statistic said that 88% of the deaths of kayakers were due to drowning. It's always smart to wear a life jacket. That was the whole post, and I reposted the story from Canada. The question was raised yesterday, what's the difference between an ad and a boost? Well, the difference is that the ad, whether it's commercial or one of our own, is that we can target the geographic area, we can set the age parameters, we can set interests, we can target that ad. A boost simply pays to have more people, whether they're involved in voting or not on Facebook, see that post. If you're selling something like a course or a seminar, Paddle Smart, for example, in this case, I would use an ad because I can target it. I can really try to reach the people that are most likely to buy that course. If I have a post about the Squadron taking part in establishing a new life jacket stand, doing a coastal cleanup or a highway cleanup, a civic service type event that I want to use to expand the visibility of the Squadron, that's where your boost comes into play. So that was our ad. That's our competition. These are the folks after us. And oh, by the way, in addition to the ad on the Facebook page, we're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, which gives us permission to add things to their calendar of events. And this was the blurb that I stuck on the Chamber of Commerce's calendar. When they clicked, they got this information. Here's where to register. So use every tool at your disposal to promote classes.
Ron,
Yes.
can you tell us or show us why you would decide to boast a post or
Oh, okay.
decide not to?
Sure.
I know that's a question I get asked a lot.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to stop screen sharing and then reshare to get back to my Facebook.
Sorry.
Oh, it's a glitch with the platform. It's not. Okay. Let's go back to our post. See what Raleigh is posted. Okay. Here's our page. Let me clear that. Okay, here's the one that came from Can Boat this morning. Did you know, according to the Coast Guard statistics, 88% of kayaker deaths in the U.S. were due to drowning. Wearing a life jacket while on the water is smart and safe. Here's one from Fort Myers. Here's one from a Boat US post. This is a post that came from Marine SEO, America's Boating Club. Summer fun on the water starts with safety. This would be something that I would consider boosting, because it really is going to our latest blog for boating safety tips. It really isn't selling a course or a product or service. This post is really designed to increase the visibility of America's Boating Club in the community as a whole. That's when I would consider boosting something. Chamber of Commerce, 10 years for America's Boating Club, Peace River. Here's an event. This went along well with the ad that we had. Ready to boost your boating confidence. So what I would do is, if I'm trying to get people into a class, I'm going to create an event and use it as an ad. I'm trying to sell them something. I'm advertising. If I'm just trying to increase my visibility in the community as a whole, whether it be something like this or a picture and a story from a coastal cleanup or a highway crash pickup, that's a boost. So does that make sense, Tammy?
It does. Thank you. And another question, Ron. If I have a class on September 20, when should I start posting that class?
I would get the news releases out no later than the middle of August. The reason for that is your print media that you're sending these news releases to has a greater lead time.
Thank you.
For the ads on social media, I would look at least 2 weeks before the class starts. If you start too early, you're spending money and people are going to sit there and say, oh, I've got plenty of time. If you wait too late, they may not see it. So I would look at technically about 10 days to 2 weeks before the class. In our case, my ad expires today. The class starts on Saturday. But I've promoted it. I've tried to bring people in and give my instructors time to plan for the number of people. So the September 20th starting date, I'd start looking at running that ad sometime around the 5th to 6th of September for at least a week, maybe 10 days, depending on the area that you've got.
Great, thank you. Does anyone on the phone have any questions about the ad and the boost and timing and such, Barbara?
I do. So let's say I lived in your area and I met your criteria. How would your ad appear to me? What would I be doing that your ad would show up?
What is going to happen, and I'm going to have to switch accounts, and I'm going to bang over to my personal profile. This is where people are going to see the ad. essentially, as you scroll through your personal profile feed,
Okay, is that the only way? I mean,
that's
if I just receive the things that arrive to me when I'm in my email and stuff, would that
no,
not show up?
it's not going to reach you by email. It's going to show up in your feed. Ah, heaven forbid, here's a boat ed ad that showed up in my feed. Well, our ads are going to show up just like that in my feed as people scroll through. And that's what they do. They scroll through very quickly. So
You have to be in your personal account to see it.
well, you're going to see that ad in your personal feed.
Okay.
And then you would activate that. You would click through and sign up for the
Yeah.
class, Barbara. Yeah.
Okay, here's boat ed. Okay, get your Florida boating license today. Let's see where it takes us.
Mhm.
We're going to click on it. The official Florida boating license online. It's not a boating license. Get started. It does tell you who needs it. How to get your boating license in 4 easy steps. Sign up, and it tells you how long you're going to commit. I like this. 3 to 4 hours, study and pass at your own pace. I'm going to tell you the truth. This is not an ABC course. This is the Florida portion of the exam. That's all that's required in the state of Florida to get the boater education card. All of the other stuff with ABC that we teach that boaters need to know is not in this. They can print out their license, a temporary license online, and get on the water. So they've got, we'll give them 4.5 hours tops. So on the landing page, maybe it's a good idea to tell them, why is it going to take you 8 hours in a classroom or 12 hours or whatever your ABC seminar is to get your boater education card, as opposed to, I can get it online in 4 hours. Yeah, you can. You're not getting a good education. So that's what an ad does for you. As you're scrolling through, it catches your eye. Okay, this is something I'm interested in. It gets you to click through, and they're happy to see me click through. They're tickled to do that. What to expect from the boater safety course?
Notice they have no life vest on.
Oh, one did.
One does.
Yeah, one does.
It doesn't.
The instructor maybe, but all 3 of them should.
This is not a bad. This is not a bad come on for people. I mean, they're on one page. What they don't tell you is the ABC course will pretty much transfer from state to state to state. Here it looks like you have to get certified in every state. Here's one of our big selling points. In my opinion, we have local instructors with local knowledge of the local waters. In the classroom, our students learn as much on a break and sharing with other students and asking questions about, especially if they don't have a boat yet, what kind of boat would work best here? If they're coming from an area where pontoon boats and houseboats are prevalent to Southwest Florida, those are not going to be the types of boats that they'll really be able to fully enjoy. So let's promote our local knowledge, local expertise of the local waters. And oh, by the way, the same company will do hunter education, bow hunter education, off-roading, snowmobile, concealed carry. They're in it for the money. So,
Thank you, Ron.
any other questions? Okay, I have a homework assignment for you.
Bye.
No, I have a homework assignment for you. Over the next week, do a rough mock-up of an ad that you could run on Facebook promoting an upcoming ABC class. And I want to see, how you're going to attract someone's attention as they're scrolling through on Facebook, and tell me what page they're going to land on when they click the ad. You don't have to create a full-blown ad. A mock-up, a description is fine. But let's make it interesting.
And you can steal from others. You can absolutely borrow and steal from others. You can steal from Ron if you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have no intellectual property. Make the ad something that will appeal to the boaters in your local area. A boater in Florida and a boater I'll pick on the Pacific Northwest, are going to have two different types of boats. They're going to have different boating areas. They may have very different desires of what they want to get out of the boating course. So I want to see the differences across the country. You know your local boating waters much better than I do. So that's your homework assignment for next week. You don't have to run the ad, just mock me up an ad and tell me where you're going to send someone to get more information and to sign up for it.
And if you don't have an ad, it's okay to join and see others.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So that's a great assignment, Ron. Will track us forward in a really real, tangible way. Any more questions?
Tammy, it's Cheryl
Hi,
in
Cheryl.
Atlanta. I had sent you my number and you were going to call me. I'm still trying to figure out how to get a hold of the national posts because they can't put Marine SEO can't post directly on our page because of the whole ownership thing.
We know why. And I'm sorry, I had a death in the family last week. I was on bereavement all week. I apologize.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, thank you. But I have not forgotten to call you, Cheryl. And I will do that. And we will track this situation down. It's taken months, but we think we know why.
Oh, okay. I mean, because that'd be great. But I was going to say, I'm happy to post them manually because, toward the end of the old contract we had with Marine SEO, Jenna would just send me the monthly posts like this is what should go on this day and this day and this day, and I would do it manually, and I'm happy to do that. I just don't know how to access them. So
okay, that may be a temporary solution because a bunch of people have been trying to figure out what's happening there, and it's complicated. So but thank you for your patience here. I will give you a call, but I was away last week and I do apologize for the delay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, Tom from Raleigh. So as we close out, Tom, do you have any questions? Anybody else have any questions? Peg, Tom?
I got a question.
Go ahead,
Tom. Speaking of the different, so I know initially Jenna, I think, set us all up where at America's Boating Club, parentheses, Raleigh, or parentheses, Rochester. It was like that. So, but I've noticed that some clubs, i.e. Peace River, for example, the parentheses are gone. some people have changed the parentheses to a dash. Now, I have noticed when people, it seems like that parentheses in some situations doesn't go over. So, for example, if somebody likes my Facebook page on something, it just says America's Boating Club. And I'll have 2 or 3 of those, like, oh, what the heck? So I'll go open it up. Oh, it's America's Boating Club Rochester, because they had parentheses. So are we now finding out by having that parentheses, it is causing a problem? We need to take those off?
No, Ron is not working directly with Mauricio because he knows more than they do. So no, just go with what Mauricio is recommending as the best practice, because you
But
shouldn't be getting Rochester in Raleigh, North Carolina. But if you are, let me know.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
no,
That's not what's
Okay.
happening.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think Ron may know.
Okay.
yeah, Tom, you're exactly right. I was on my page, the Squadron page, and I was looking at the number of people I was following, and there were 8 or 10, same little icon, America's Boating Club, and that was
Yep.
it.
Mhm.
And I did not know which squadron was which until I hovered over the name. That's one of the reasons that I have not turned over the admin rights to rename the page. I like to go through and see America's Boating Club, Peace River, America's Boating Club, Tampa, etc.
Right.
So maybe that is something that we can discuss with Jenna on one of the upcoming calls, because it is confusing. Because you look there, you see America's Boating Club, America's
Right.
Boating Club. Am I following the same one? No, they're different squadrons.
Exactly. Okay.
So
You know what I'm talking about. Okay.
I was looking through today, and yes, it's confusing, but I'm easily confused. I did post in the chat the link to Zeffy, Zeffy, fundraising with no fees for nonprofits. Take a look at it. Again, this is not something that you have to do. This is a tool that is available for your squadron to use. We in Peace River have used the Square, and we pay it's an insignificant amount for every time someone uses it. If I can get by with saving even $1 or $2, that's $1 or $2 more that we can spend on other things that we need to do rather than making Square more rich. So that's a tool. And I'll just throw it out there for you.
Okay,
Great.
great. So before we close, if you're not following the following squadrons, please do so. We're asking for your support to support Wilmington, North Carolina, Oceanside, California. Annette is Washington, Everett, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Everett, Washington State, Atlanta, Georgia, Peace River, Florida, Tar River, Greenville. Did I miss anyone on the phone today?
You
Just
wanna-
Wilmington would be Cape Fear.
Yeah, we Cape Fear. I was thinking, what's Wilmington? Cape
Oh,
Fear, you
Cape
mean,
Fear.
right?
I'm so sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
thank you.
Well,
Thank-
yesterday we had Wilmington, North Carolina, and Wilmington, Delaware.
Delaware, yeah.
And that was just like the America's Boating Club. It was a little confusing.
That was my fault, Barbara. I'm sorry about that. Cape Fear. So if you would do each other a favor and follow each other, and as we grow and learn together, we can learn from each other as we follow each other. So any more questions today? Tomorrow we have Google Beginner at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested in that, please join us. Otherwise, we will see you next Tuesday at 11 Eastern. And all the best to all of you. And thanks for joining. And Ron, as always, thank you.
Yes. Thank
You're
you.
quite
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
See you later. Take care.
Tammy, if you can hang on for just a second.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay,
And I'm gonna stop transcribing.